welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. This show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Then goes into just about 5. We also air weekdays as well on at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today, we are talking about a super important topic: principles. Not like in your school principle, the other principle with that which ends in LES. Those things that can guide us, that should guide us. And we'll give you a few principles that we think can help you be more productive. So thanks for being here. If you're new to the show, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being more productive through joy. We also offer a very powerful series of individual one-on-one consulting and coaching opportunities as well. Again, for those of you who are new, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people called My People. And I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where of course Michael Brown was murdered in the conflagration that ensued initially there as well. All right. My educational background, well, I'm the president of the board of the World Stage, a really powerful 501c3 nonprofit. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently a professor of English at LMU here in Los Angeles. I'm an expert at being productive, all right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee, and who was amazing, yet at the time no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet as Cool Modi famously said, how you like me now. And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show as well. So again, thanks for being here. Let's dive in. We're talking today about principles and productivity. What is the connection between having guiding principles and productivity? Which we'll tap into that subject in just a matter of moments. I'd like to, in the morning show, touch on the ideal of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. At times, we wake up with trouble on our mind, and that trouble frames our day. It follows us. It gives us stress, which then, of course, affects our health. Have mercy. So we like to deal with that by using ritual. Ritual can be defined as essentially doing the same thing at around the same time. It's best seen through example. Let me give you my brief morning ritual. So in the mornings, I wake up at 3:30 a.m. Let me clear my throat. Hella early. I read a couple of spiritual business books. I do our show right now at 4:30. At 5, I work on my, at 4:45, at 5, I work on my current novel until sunrise. And at sunrise, I go out to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California, so I bring my drum, my chair, my little pulled-up chair. I drum, I meditate, I pray, I do yoga, then I come back, work on my book for a while longer, then go back to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica's pier, then run all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, Gold's Gym here. And so, guys, by 9:30, 10, I'm feeling amazing. My body's being flooded with endorphins. And that endorphin release gives me a sense of euphoria that I can then leverage to move myself towards my goals and objectives. We're not saying do what I do. We help you construct your own series of guiding principles in a way, ritual to help you be your highest evolved self, which, trust me, will involve you being a more productive self. So I'm reading 2 great books now as part of my morning reading. I'm reading a book called The 1 Minute Millionaire, which is a book which combines spirituality with entrepreneurial strategy. And I'm reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a book of ancient Gnostic scriptures, these books are really powerful. So from those 2 books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. And today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, I am guided by 4 principles: love, truth, meditation, and abundance. So I think about this morning chant, place it on my phone, I contemplate it, and then also create the morning and afternoon shows based upon this reading. So today we're talking about principles. So again, go to productivethroughjoy.com. First, hit the subscribe button here. Become a subscriber. Get all these videos for free. I did say free. 1, 2, 3, 4, free. And yeah, holler at us at productivethroughjoy.com. All right, let's dive in. Point one is that you want to be guided by something. Why is that? Why is that true? Well, in part because everyone is guided by some type of a principle. At times, it's an unintentional guidance, or one that a person isn't keenly aware that they're being guided from. Most people are guided by the principle of fear, for example. That's my experience doing this work, being a professor, being involved in lots of social activist work. So I'm touching people in all strata and many strata of life, right? Fear is the number one guiding principle in most people's lives. I suggest that that's a bad principle to be guided from, which is why most people, in my experience, are not joyful and fully productive. Point two is you want to choose a principle that's going to serve you. Fear in the long run, in the short run, fear can serve you. Like if you need to run from a dog, that fear can serve you. In the long term, you want to choose principles that you believe in to guide you. All right. So I told you my principles are love, truth, meditation, and abundance. Those principles guide me. They're very powerful, which goes right into point three. But in order to have this concept work, you have to actually do the work to be guided by them. Because like I feel fear too. Everyone feels fear. In fact, one of the truisms of this type of work, as you deal with people a lot, you learn that everyone has fear. So one of the keys in life is fear management. You know, it isn't like I don't have fear. I have many fears. Oh my God, unfortunately. But I'm super great at fear management. In part because of these principles, for example, truth, love, truth, meditation, and abundance. They guide me through the rough terrain that fear can also produce. But you have to do what we call ritual or daily practice, energetic practice. You have to do some work to stay in that guidance by your particular principles that we can help you suss out. Because fear is so powerful, such a motivator, such a dominant principle in people's lives. You have to actually liberate yourself from that. I feel pretty much every day. If I don't do my morning ritual that I explained to you seconds ago, fear right away sets up residence, as my boy D Black used to say, right? I mean, it's extraordinary what fear can do. Donald Trump's presidency is totally rooted in fear. It's amazing. And it works. I mean, people are not happy. I mean, look at his life. I mean, this guy, a billionaire, should be on top of the world. President seems to be a pretty miserable, unhappy, bitter, small person. That's just my experiences. I don't know Mr. Trump, but just his very obvious and insecure personality lays it bare. You know, so sorry, I thought I heard something. So that's it, right? So you want to be guided by principles that can serve you in the long run. All right, that's the key here. So thanks for listening. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. Here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. What a blessing it is to see you. Thank you all for being here. Become a subscriber. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Go Lakers. Deuces.